Like, he's kind of like this wildly fast Crag. Like, his 6 sensitivity is set so that for 70% of that range, it counts as a smash input with his control stick. Like, he doesn't walk. He always moves forward, always being able to find a ton of damage and some really scary setups.
I'm taking a look at this
Oh,
screen,
never mind. I see an Etalus. Oh, no.
This is Etalus versus Clarien?
So,
big gambles.
This is Etalus lives a very, very long time against Clarien. Like, oh. Except if you SD with there, right there.
How long is that? Let me get the clock, Doctor. Where's the time of death?
So very long against Clarien. Turns out that means 12 seconds.
Average lifespan of a polar bear. Please update that Wikipedia page.
What I find interesting, though, is I know one of the, I believe it's Chompers in Arizona, is one of the top players there and is an Etalus main, so I know that SBS is very comfortable in this matchup. So I'm curious to see what ZeeBee specifically is looking to bring here, as opposed to going to his tried and true Crag. Beautiful coverage there, though.
My guess, this could be some sort of like method of just sort of finding data, perhaps figure out what's the style of play that SBS is going to bring to us here. How is he going to try to control the stage? And as far as characters go, Etalus is also like kind of that big body kind of like Crag, controls space in a kind of similar way. There's enough differences that it's very clear between the two characters, but playstyle-wise, I figure if ZeeBee is going to pick anyone to sort of test the waters, I guess Etalus is a fine enough pick, and Etalus definitely doesn't struggle to kill in this matchup. So
oh yeah,
it's not like he's throwing away a game for data.
Exactly. Like Clarien, it really falls on her. It must find a tipper on Etalus. You're never going to kill with a sour hit, whereas Etalus can. He's not too worried about the exact spacing of his moves.
You know, being able to take like a wide amount of space, especially on armor, like it's not that difficult for Etalus to be able to control this space and play it out however he wants, whether it be a bit more passive or if he's just going to hit pedal to the metal.
Here we go. Another. That kind of looked a little bit off. I feel like ZeeBee still had some gas in the tank in terms of at least trying an up special. And the other thing to point out, ZeeBee has the lead after essentially SDing stock 1, like instantly. Like this Etalus pick definitely paying off big.
Now I'm curious to see if he's going to stick on it because this Etalus took game 1.
Yeah, no, at this point, absolutely, Etalus looks to be the play. SBS thinking pretty carefully. Before maining Clarien, he was a Forsburn main, but that is a matchup that Forsburns absolutely hate. So I would expect him to, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he just stuck with Clarien for the entire set, even if it does continue to be pretty challenging. The other thing I've noticed the players have been doing is they've been playing the music test in the character select screen just to listen to their favorite songs.
That's honestly one of my favorite features in Rivals, I'm not going to lie.
This is the most Smash and Splash song, but anyway, going on in Frozen Fortress.
Looking more like Frostbite out here now.
Yeah, there we go. Little hints of February. In terms of a stage to go up against Etalus, like one of the scary things is once he gets like any sort of ice on the ground in front of him, he does control like the same horizontal plane as you so well. So having these platforms at a very higher level kind of gives SBS that room of like, oh, I can retreat up here and it's going to be a little bit slower for ZeeBee to catch up to me.
That being said, I feel like if SBS manages to proc his answer, there's a huge space of denial on this stage in particular where ice is just not allowed to be laid out.
Oh, yeah.
It's placed properly.
He hasn't really been looking for it too much either in terms of the counters. Oh, looking for the sweet spot of up special. Doesn't quite come together. ZeeBee DIing out, which is absolutely what you got to do. Never DI that. Well, actually, it depends what hit you get it by. You know what? I'm going to stop talking on it. Because I've been hit by Tipper in like every DI.
It's layers, man.
Yeah.
It's all about the play. Who goes for that, though? That's not real. Stop that. I don't care if you're trying to pioneer your character. You don't get to do that to people. In top 32.
Against ZeeBee? Oh, there we go. Getting both Tipper hits. Yeah, that's allowed.
All right.
I love the patience by SBS.
This is actually what I expected far more of, to be honest.
Yeah, he is one of the highest components in terms of just straight up camping. He says good neutral is like waiting. Honestly, just waiting, observation. Why take risks when you don't have to? And especially against Etalus, where like you charge at Etalus, and then at any moment during you coming at him, like he can start that dash, he can start that dash attack and do whatever he wants from there. Very scary.
I personally think it's a really smart approach to Clarien's hit because she doesn't struggle to find her ins against any character in the cast. So if you opt to play it a lot more patiently, like you could just force a lot of whip punish situations, and then say, for instance, you want to start controlling the pace of the match to be quicker. You have the tools. You're readily able to do that. And I feel like that variety is what helps the character so much.
Yeah. Gonna be able to just barely touch stage. I love this stall, taking as much time as he can and barely making back on SBS, knowing the full limits of his recovery. Because otherwise, if he went on any sooner, that forward smash is completely super armored. There was no other way past it.
Ooh, took it from the up there. All right, I see you.
It's looking pretty tough, though. SBS going to stick to these platforms as much as possible. Mixes in, though, coming down with the grab. And otherwise, just doing hit-and-run tactics on this bear.
All right, actually, tie up the stock count now. And I'm just trying to think, like, the approach to Clarien, I think, is super smart. But this is the first time we're really getting to see, like, the pace of the match sort of heat up.
Yeah.
And I like how SBS has opted to just try to keep it as low as possible. Don't let the battle take itself to the platforms. And I think that's just a curious observation, just because, like, ZeeBee's been doing a really good job of ice control. And normally you don't expect that with the presence of the platforms like this, but being as he's been controlling the battle towards the platforms so much, it's almost like an inverted way of you would expect the stage to be controlled.
Things are looking really dire right now. Beautiful coverage by ZeeBee. Incredible. Everything right there with that down strong. And that was all just recognizing, like, the fact that he knew if I up throw from here, that can be techable. So that I understand that I need to be able to put out a lethal hitbox right in that space. Really well done. Especially just, like, the constant chase as well. Like, Etalus tend to be their scariest from a lot of players I talk to when they're the ones doing the waiting. So the fact that ZeeBee is just as comfortable playing aggressively with his Etalus and still finding these hits and conversions, that's really impressive.
This is going to be I feel like this is going to go very quickly.
Ooh, SBS not quite lining that up well. Yeah, this stage it has large blast zones, but like so little real estate. So it's almost always being played off stage. And I think it's something that SBS has shown he's able to cover very nicely. Already getting 113% on ZeeBee. The Devil's in finding that last hit, that last tipper is what he needs.
ZeeBee's trying to mix up what he can do off stage. It seems like he just has so few options against Clarien here. Like, the spacing from sword can control space so well on this stage. It's so hard to land against him.
Yeah, we've been seeing like SBS like just tossing out down tilts and jabs from the main stage, right? It's just like, I'm just going to keep sending out hitboxes over and over again. I'll tap you until you just say, you know what, I'm just killing myself. Screw it. He wanted it, and he didn't even need it, but the fact that he was ready to look for it. SBS up 2 stocks. But especially after like the way the last game's like momentum just slowly churned towards ZeeBee and how long Etalus can live, we can't even count him out yet.
Yeah, no. Especially because, like, we've been seeing how well Clarien can control this stage once she has center stage control. But, like, if these tides turn and ZeeBee manages to take this, it's so easy to cover pivotal points of this stage with ice.
Yeah.
Like, ZeeBee can even manage it if he doesn't intend to. Like, it's so easy for the icicles to be able to put out ice on. It's the platforms and the ledge that's so important to cover and gives Etalus so many options.
I'm just saying, I'm amazed at how long SBS has been holding on to this stock. 150. Managing to avoid all the neutral kill options, only getting tapped by like nairs and back airs.
Where is he going? Why did he fall
out? Beautiful saving of the air dodge. But now, yeah, ZeeBee has nothing, and SBS doesn't line up the nair just the way you wanted. I think he wanted the tipper hit.
All right, but that was at almost 200%. It's still so much work ZeeBee's got to put in here.
SBS has lived longer than ZeeBee has on his first stock. But we have ZeeBee doing a great job covering that higher platform. This is looking pretty tricky.
All right, what's the play? What's the play?
Looking for the platforms for coverage, but so far ZeeBee's able to just keep sharking with either forward air or nair. And up smash almost doing it. ZeeBee almost tying up the stocks now. Oh!
down smash to this is exactly what I was talking about, Chief. If you see Etalus take control of the stage for just one moment, and he's able to have so many options to bring this back. What was looking like a landslide victory and a one-way ticket to Game 4 is all of a sudden maybe a 3-0.
It's becoming an avalanche.
Where's he at? Oh!
No, he's got the invincibility because he's armored up. That's exactly why he looked for it. 207. Oh!
That was a weird trade, but okay.
Sour hit up there, finally kills. I guess it's when you're at the top of the stage at 200. I guess then you finally get to kill as Clarien. But otherwise, SBS doesn't seem too thrown off with how that game was ending. Ordinarily, like feeling like you're about to 3-suck your opponent into this is a real match feels like a pretty crappy way to win because now you're going into the next game with your opponent still riding that momentum.
And taking a look at what's happening on our screens, it seems like data has been fully collected with a 2-1 score sitting on the set now. Crag is coming out from ZeeBee. Now,
oh, sorry, go on.
I'm thinking, G-Pick. This Etalus was just there to sort of give him some leverage. Don't let SBS adapt.
Yeah,
because now he's fully prepared to fight that Etalus, and there's a very good likelihood that Etalus is not coming back for the rest of the set.
Yeah, I mean, and it still gives ZeeBee that ultimate wiggle room, right? Like, if it turns out, oh no, he was ready for Crag and has blown it, I was like, well, back to the Etalus. I bought myself a buffer game as well, so you're now thinking about Crag counterplay as opposed to Etalus stuff, and it's not a bad idea at all.
It's just, it's a big gambit to play because now you have to be prepared on whether or not SBS is just fully prepared for your style of play, or is he adapted to the character? But now also he's in stage control as far as where the rest of the set takes us. So in a meta sense, ZeeBee has so much say over what's going to happen for the next potentially 2 games.
Yeah, that's the reason being up 2-0. Like, reverse 3-0s are so rare for that reason because you have the stage advantage, you have the character advantage. Tactically, you get to try so many more things without putting yourself at those risks.
Yo, beat him up with the Lego right away.
It's like stepping on a Lego, but the Lego is stepping on you.
That's just fighting ZeeBee's Crag in a nutshell, though.
Already being forced into the corner by SBS.
Now, I'm hoping for ZeeBee's behalf that game that he took didn't give him enough momentum to try and seal this set. Because look at how look at SES's control of this. He only took 39% throughout that interaction. And it didn't matter! That's all you need to do to die!
Oh my gosh. Alright, we gotta just breathe deeply because at any time, one of these guys can just explode. Alright, I can live.
Yo, I think we activated turbo mode somewhere along the set. Now both of these guys are playing on fire. Clarien and Crag never die in this fast.
I love the patience. SBS just getting one hit on the platform, just waiting for whatever the wake up was. And SBS is just, like, he's hitting with the tipper of the tipper, so to speak, right? Like, all of these would be tippers if ZeeBee was trying to approach at any of these moments. And the benefit of doing so is he's committing even less, he's maintaining even further stage control, and that's ultimately what he's after and he's trying to win with. Ooh, mistiming the parry though on the down special.
And the platform isn't there any longer, so no more trap from ZeeBee. That should be, all right, even with good DI, can only survive for so long.
Yeah, the Galaxy effect never lies to us. I hope so anyway.
Damn, the game knows when characters are going to die. It must be nice. Can't relate. Anyways, taking us back into the match. We're seeing plenty in there. There's plenty of just neutral control. Look at how well ZeeBee's been able to pilot around. That's all you need.
That was all, like, it's great. Like, his Etalus was already looking pretty good, but it's like, by the way, this is the character, though, that I have my best wins with, and seeing just how much mileage he was getting, those up air ladders with the platforms.
So